day is finally here. It is the start of 2022 UK theme park season. Today we're at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Welcome to the United Kingdom Attraction Channel. Welcome to the United Kingdom Attraction Channel. It is the 12th of February 2022 and we are here on Blackpool Pleasure Beach's opening day. It's exciting. I'm Michael Stanix and joining me on the vlog today is Adam Hampton. Hello, say hi. Get in. So we are what are you most excited about today, Adam? Yeah, the big one is closed, unfortunately. The Grand National is also closed, and the Valhalla isn't open either. The Valhalla obviously has been closed for 2 seasons now, so it is its opening season again. It's going to open this season in the summer, so it's a very exciting season for that. The big one is having a bit of a revamp again, so it's good that Blackpool Pleasure Beach are investing into the big one. Track. It is really windy here. I don't know how much you're going to hear. I am trying to shout as best I can, but the weather, it's holding up. It's not too bad. I mean, it's windy, it's cold, but that is to be expected here in the UK in February. So we're just making a little 360 round the Pleasure Beach Park just before it opens. It's about 10 o'clock now, so it'll open at 11. People will be starting to queue at the gates now. They do a little fanfare normally at the gates, so hopefully we will get that as well. It does have a little bit copyright music, so I'll try and just get the bit where it actually opens to the public. And then we'll be inside the park, hopefully seeing other things that Pleasure Beach has been doing, little tweaks, and Icon as well, new for this year. They've got the 2 back seats of the roller coaster. It's going to do a full 360. I don't know if that's going to be from opening day or if that's in the spring. I think it is in the spring, so hopefully we'll get down again and we'll get on Icon where we'll do a full 360 on that ride. When I say 360, I mean the spin, the turn, and it's only the 2 back seats, so I can't see a problem there that it's going to be possibly a long wait. It's going to be like you're waiting for the 2 front seats, and instead it's the 2 back seats. But it's definitely going to be a good experience, and a UK first, and Icon was the UK first with its double launch coaster. So we're going to head right round the park now, hoping to get some footage of the big one, which is the main prominent coaster that we're going to see before we get inside the park. Like I say, Adam, it is his first time, so this is going to be exciting for him, but I will have to bring you back in the summer when you can experience the park at its best. It is worth mentioning now, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It makes a massive help to the channel. We're nearly at the 1,000 subscriber mark, so if you are watching this, I'm going to give you 2 seconds now. Go down and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if there's anything you want to see, hit the comment button as well, and please type, and give us what your feedback. So we'll see you around the park, guys. So first of all, to mention on the 360 of the park, we're just between the boulevard and the Big Blue Hotel, and you can see there the big one hasn't got any of its track. It stops right at the peak of the, what I call the bridge, and they are definitely retracking that entire area. I'll try and zoom in a little bit so you can see the scaffold that they've got on the park there, and the track itself has been taken off and it will be replaced with newer track. And what I will say is you can buy the old Big One track for quite a premium price, but if you are interested in buying the Big One track, you can buy that on the Big One store. And we're just around the other side of the Big Blue, and you can see that the track does restart on the brake run, so they haven't replaced the brake run itself or anything after. So it is just a small part of the track, which you can actually see. You can see in the far distance where it starts, and then just here at the back of the big one, Big Blue. You can see where it ends. But it is good that they are replacing the track. It means that they're investing in the big one and not letting it deteriorate. So they are hopefully going to be keeping the big one for years to come. So we're just walking down the back wall of the Pleasure Beach. There's not really that much to see down here. So I normally do touch on car parking prices and the price of the park ticket itself. So the park ticket today was £39, and that's for an e-ticket, which I've done all online. It's all pre-booked. They take a photo of you, and that is just a proof of sort of validation when you get to the park. You do not need to do that straight away. I suppose you could do it at the park, but it just makes life a lot easier. If you've already done it at home, you can literally go straight to the main entrance and straight into the park when open. Touching on car parking prices, we didn't actually park. This is the first time I haven't parked with the Pleasure Beach, because it is quite expensive. So we've parked just on the promenade, just across the road from the Pleasure Beach, next to Sandcastle's water park. And that was how much, Adam?
It's £8.20 for 12 hours, but for 24 hours it would be £12.
£12, yeah. So we paid £8.20, and that was for the 12 hours. So that's more than enough for a day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So £8.20 is a little bit cheaper than Blackpool's car parking prices. However, if you want even cheaper than £8.20, or even free of charge in some cases, if you make your way into the town a little bit and are happy to walk, I'm sure you can get a free car park, or definitely a reduced rate one, but you will have that little bit walk. So we're just walking past Nickelodeon Streak now. You won't have a clue what Nickelodeon Streak is, but it is a wooden roller coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's situated in Nickelodeon land, so I'll try and get them on that as well. I'll try and break it in easy. I'll start you off small, because I don't want to put them off all the wooden roller coasters. Unfortunately, the Grand National is also closed today, so you won't have a ride on that this time, but hopefully next time you'll get on that as well. But I think everything else should be open, so fingers crossed all the other rides and attractions will be open. But if anything is closed, we will let you know, and I'm sure we'll review the entire park, and we're going to try and get some footage of Valhalla, and maybe more of the big one and the Grand National if we can, to see different parts of why that is closed. You've already seen that the big one is getting a retrack. I'm sure the Grand National is getting some work done as well. But we'll head down to the entrance now for the fanfare. I'm excited. Normally you see Amanda Thompson and Nick Thompson, who are the owners and managing directors of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Normally one of them will do a speech, so it'll be interesting to see what they say this year. Hopefully this year won't be blighted by COVID, and we can have a nice, good, long season here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So just coming to the Blackpool Pleasure Beach car park, which is the main car park here at the Pleasure Beach, and you can see the new gleaming big one track ready to go up. So hopefully this won't be long before it is getting moved. I'm assuming it'll only be on days when the park is closed, so that'll be through the week, and you'll be able to see this track getting installed. And I'm assuming this is old railings, because it does look a little bit more weathered. Whether they're going to reuse that, I don't know, because you could buy actually the railings and part of the steps to the big one, as well as the track, which I think is still available in some shape or form. I don't know if all the track has been sold, but maybe some of the stairs and the walkways might still be available online. But that is really, really brand new gleaming track there, lots of it. This is, like I said, in the big one, and you can actually see that's one of the owners, Blackpool Pleasure Beach's, the Bentley car. So we're going to head to the main casino building now, where our e-tickets will be checked, and then we'll be heading to the main entrance. So we'll see you up there.
Ready, you'll need those to get through the doors. Keep the queues moving all the way down, filling up all the queue lines. Head on in, have a great first day this season. 2022 starts right here. Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
So that is us inside the park now, and I'm standing in front, should I say, or behind me, is the Valhalla. There is a lot of scaffold where you used to could see the boats going around in operation on the Valhalla. It was like one of the only places you could see the boats in operation. It was where the turntable was. So if we do take a look at the Valhalla now, let's have some... There isn't much change on the outside. Now it is mainly inside work that is taking place. They are reimagining the entire inside. What I can notice is, I'll try and zoom in a little bit, the roof of the Valhalla has had extra, maybe like a little extension at the front and a complete re-roof. That is probably well overdue, because anyone that knows the Valhalla knows that this is a waterfall, and it does sort of spray onto the roof, so the roof does take a lot of battering, as well as the rain and the normal weather. It has to contend with the waterfall, but there isn't much to see at the moment. But it is going to be very exciting to get our first ride this year on the Valhalla, the new reimagined Valhalla, which is supposed to open in the summer of 2022. So I think the first ride that we're going to get on today is going to be the Ice Blast. So we're going to quickly get on that now, and I'll give you a little bit more information after the ride. So we have just come off our first ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the 2022 season. What did you think of the Ice Blast, Adam?
It's pretty good. It looks quite small when you get on there, when you're coming up to it, but when you get on it goes quite high. So
it is. It's an S&S worldwide drop tower. It was constructed in 1997 and is 200 feet tall. So it's not small. It's quite a tall drop tower. It's not really I wouldn't call it a drop tower, even though they do say drop tower. It more like launches you like right to the top. It's a shame Adam didn't get the first ride of the day, because he actually thought it just took it up slowly and then dropped you right in the bottom. I'm assuming that's what you thought. That's one like at Drayton Manor, which is Apocalypse at Drayton Manor. That one I don't like.
I would have had a shock if I went on first, because I didn't know what was coming.
I wish I'd gotten you in first, but unfortunately I didn't. So we're going to head into the park now, a little bit deeper into the park should I say, and get on our next ride, hopefully a roller coaster. Might get on Nickelodeon Streak. The reason why I'm trying to get on the Ice Blast and Nickelodeon Streak and other rides like that is because they're all low throughput rides, which means they're not going to get as many people through the ride in an hour. They're going to have a smaller number, which means you're going to be queuing longer. So you really want to try and get them done during the day as quick as you can, and then you can get the higher throughput rides and not wait as much in the queue. You'll still be waiting, but just not as long. So we'll hopefully head into Nickelodeon Land and get on Nickelodeon Streak, which will be the first roller coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach for Adam. So we'll see what he thinks of Nickelodeon Streak. It is a tame coaster, so I don't think he'll be too worried. But we'll see you over at Nickelodeon Streak, guys. So we've just come off of Nickelodeon Streak. What do you think of that one, Adam?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a lot better than what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be more of a kids ride.
Yeah.
But it is pretty quick. The one bit of advice I would say is if you need the toilet, make sure you go beforehand because it's very rickety.
You still haven't been. The toilets are just over there. We'll go in a minute. So no, yeah, the Nickelodeon Streak in Nickelodeon Land. It did used to be called the roller coaster. Some people say it was the Velvet Coaster. That was actually a different coaster. So this was the roller coaster, which used to be in Beaver Creek. And it's now Nickelodeon Land, and it's called the Nickelodeon Streak. And it's a complete same track. They haven't changed it. They just give it a new paint job. It's now completely orange, and you've got the Blue Flyer, which is the smaller coaster. So if the Nickelodeon Streak's a little bit big for you, which I'm sure it won't be, but if it is for the younger kids, you can get on the Blue Flyer, which is an amazing little diddy wooden coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So I'm assuming we're going to have to go to the toilet.
Yep.
And then we'll get on our next ride, which I think will go a little bit bigger. We'll probably, we might actually go Wallace and Gromit, so that's an indoor ride. And then, sounds fun, it's riveting. What I'm trying to think what Gromit says to Wallace, I can't remember. I'll get it, but it's something like it's riveting, Gromit.
Probably don't want to hear it anyway.
No, you probably don't. But yeah, we'll get on Wallace and Gromit, and then we'll head over to the Big Dipper, which is another wooden coaster here at the park, which is the last wooden coaster that we'll be on today, because the Grand National is closed, unfortunately. And I do want to just mention, actually, I was looking over at the Grand National when I was going up the Nickelodeon Streak lift hill. They are retracking some of the track. They've been putting a bit more like new wood on the area, retracking some of it, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit less bumpy. But that is part of the nostalgia here at Blackpool, and it's just starting to rain, so I'm going to get into the toilets now and save the camera, but we'll see you over at Wallace and Gromit, the Thrill-O-Matic. So we have been to the toilet, we're all done, dusted, and behind us is Wallace and Gromit, Thrill-O-Matic, and what does it say underneath?
It's an explanation to his attempted joke from the previous clip.
It's riveting. So we are going to go on this now. I'm just toying with, we could go on the Big Dipper while it's still dry, because it is forecast rain. Do you think we should do that?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Go on the Big Dipper while it's dry, and then if it does rain, we can get on an indoor ride, which makes sense. So we'll probably head over at the Big Dipper now, which is the second wooden coaster of the day and final wooden coaster. So we'll see what Adam compares between the two, see which one he likes better, and we'll get that after the ride. So we'll see you over at the Big Dipper, guys. So we've just come off of the Big Dipper. What did you think of that, Adam?
Another rickety one.
It was rickety. We were just looking up at how old the Big Dipper actually is. Adam thought I actually said 1995. I was like, no, I mean 95 years old. It is actually 99. It could be 98 because we don't know the month it opened. But it's either 98 or 99 years old. So it's nearly 100-year-old.
For its age, it is pretty good ride.
I know that is very good.
A few times.
I mean, it has changed layout a few times. It did change in 1936. It was originally built in 1923, but in 1936 it did change the layout slightly, but that was more towards the Burger King area where it did change. but still, to be 98, 99-year-old is doing very well, like Adam says. So we're going to head, the rain, it's just spitting on rain at the minute. We're actually, it's not too bad for Blackpool in February. It is windy, but it's not, it's freezing. What a drama queen over here. We'll go for coffee. We're going to hit Wallace and Gromit first, and then we're going to probably get some food. So we'll do that, and we'll maybe do a food review as well. I'm thinking coasters, because it's inside. Yeah. And then we can do the frost. Oh, is it that cool? We can defrost. But we'll see you over at Wallace and Gromit Thrill-O-Matic. It's going to be riveting, Adam. See what I've done there? So we've just come off Wallace and Gromit Thrill-O-Matic. What do you think of that, Adam?
It was alright. Considering I've never watched Wallace and Gromit myself, I didn't really understand it, but the actual setup and the layout was pretty good.
Well, you've changed your tune.
I wasn't allowed to swear. Not my cup of tea. I was waiting for something exciting to happen. But
well, I think it's, I mean, originally it used to be the gold mine. I'm gonna have to speak. I'm constantly gonna get copyrighted by Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball in the background, but no, it did used to be the gold mine. It's definitely an improvement on the gold mine itself. The gold mine did need updated. They replaced it with Wallace and Gromit. It's really good that they've put like an IP of Wallace and Gromit into Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I just think that adds to the character of the place. It adds to the professionalism, because they could have just revamped the gold mine, which really hasn't got any sort of relation to the younger audience, where at least Wallace and Gromit does, just like Nickelodeon Land does as well, where Beaver Creek really didn't either. So it's good that Blackpool Pleasure Beach are doing that. It is quite a tame ride. For two grown-up adults like us, it's not exactly probably ideal, but I love it. I honestly do. I do love the ride itself.
And also prepare yourself for the photo opportunity, because that looks
right at the beginning. I've got my teeth for it. But no, so, and we've just come off that. Came off the Big Dipper, we've done the Ice Blast, we've done Nickelodeon Streak. We're going to now get some food. I think we're going to go to Coasters because it is spitting on rain and I don't fancy being outside eating food. So we're going to go to Coasters restaurant and we'll see what's on the menu over there. I think it is quite a limited menu, but to be fair, it's just something for a bite to eat really, isn't it? So we don't really need too much. But we'll see you over there and hopefully we'll do a little food review for you as well. So
final words on that one, not rivers.
You heard it here, folks. So we have made our way into Coasters restaurant, which is situated just beside the Icon station, as it's the walkway ramp down from the Big Dipper. I'll just show you the view that we've got from our booth. It is a really good view, and maybe we might get one while I'm on. Like you can just see, there it goes, Icon away there. So it is a really good vantage point for sitting and eating food. It is a limited menu. We've got wraps, jack and potatoes, nachos, a kids menu and some sides. I've went just for a plain Jane baked beans, jack and potato. And what have you got?
I have the fajita chicken wrap.
The fajita chicken wrap. So nothing too major.
Prices are decent.
They are pretty decent. £5 for the jack and potato and £5.30 for the wraps. And which one did you? And the nachos are £5.50. And the kids' meal is £5. So pretty good. And then it also serves alcohol and drinks. Oh, here it is. You can just see Icon away there. So you do get a really good vantage point of the coaster operating as well. So it does have quite a few bottles of draft. Yeah, it does have draft. It has Heineken, Carlsberg, and Budweiser. Oh yeah, Adam was saying I'm not even showing my face. And then it has the soft drinks as well. And here's our drinks. Sorry about that. That was the drinks have just arrived. What did you get?
A pint just to get me through the weather.
A pint just to get you through the weather, and I've just got a Coke. I'm driving. I'm not actually
it's
driving.
It's the first time for everything.
Oh, Icon's coming back round. Get into that. Slowly making its way through the brake run there. It is wet. You can see everyone with their hoods up now. But it's not going to rain on our parade. We're still having a really good time here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. You see what I've done there?
Yeah, I wish I didn't.
No, touching on first day of operations, the rides that we've been on, they've all been really, really good. What I would mention is the Big Dipper was only operating one car, which was a shame. It did take a little bit longer than normal. In the Wallace and Gromit, I don't know how many cars it tends to operate. If anyone knows, put a comment below. But it did seem quite slow as well. It's not normally as slow as what it was, but it wasn't too bad. So hopefully the rides later on after dinner, we're going to get on Icon, Infusion, the Revolution, maybe the Steeplechase as well, maybe the Ghost Train. So we'll try and get on as many as we can, especially with it being Adam's first time here at the park. And hopefully the throughput of them rides are quite good as well. And it is a shame about the big one and the Grand National, but we'll just have to come back, won't we? And we'll be interested to see the cars of Icon. I didn't actually look there. Is the spring where the 360 seats are going to be fitted. I'm assuming that they'll be fitting them as we speak to at least one of the vehicles now. There is three. Icon does operate three cars, so I'm assuming one of them will be getting worked on while the other two are operating today. And hopefully by the spring, all three of them will have that 360 seating, and it should be quite a good experience to. I'm just going to check because it's just going back there.
It doesn't look as though none of them have been spinning.
None of them have got the spinning seats yet, but hopefully by the spring that will happen, and we'll have the 360 Enzo, I think it is what they're calling it, which is Icon with a twist. And here comes our food now. So I did say our food was arriving, so here it is. So Adam's got his fajitas. Which type were they? The chicken? Chicken fajitas. It does look quite good. You've got your crisp and your salad there, and a little salsa dip. And I've got my jacket potato with baked bean topper and my little salad as well. So we're going to tuck into this and we'll give you a rating out of 10 once we've had our food. And I'm sure it's going to be a high number. Looking at Adam here. But we'll see you after food. So we've had our food here at Coasters. What did you think of that, Adam?
It was very good. I really enjoyed it, and you can't go wrong for the price, really.
No, well, we're just thinking that for £5, what was it, £5.20 or something? Have a look. £5.30 for you, and what was mine? And a fiver. Honestly, you can't go wrong.
Especially in a theme park, usually they charge over whatever the odds for places like this.
Yeah, the normally. I mean, some do, some don't. But you are right. A theme park is normally quite expensive. So no, I can't fault that food. I mean, I did only have a jacket potato and beans, so it's very hard to fault a jacket potato and beans. But I got a salad as well, which I left. I'm not a rabbit, but. No, I would definitely give it a rating. I would say because of the reasonability factor, it was presented well, it was well cooked. I would say about an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely. It was quick as well. Didn't have to wait long.
Quick. It was almost like we just ordered it and it was like here. I could not believe it. So no, definitely recommend Coasters if you are at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's probably best getting a booth if you're lucky enough to get one. There is 1, 2, 3 booths at the front which overlooks Icon, the Big Dipper and the big one when operating, so you're going to get some good views of all the 3 coasters there, and it gives you, if you look to the side, more panoramic views of the rest of the park as well. So I definitely recommend Coasters for food, and just maybe sit and have a drink as well. They've got a veranda out there. If it's a summer's day, you can sit out on the veranda and have a beer. So now we're going to make our way down. I don't know where we're going to, I think we'll go down to the Avalanche. That's where I think we're going to go. Like I say, it's Adam's first ever time at the park, so he has no idea what to expect. But we'll get him on the Avalanche, which will break it in nicely after food, because the last thing you want is an upside down or anything bumpy after food. The Avalanche is a little bit bumpy, but at least it doesn't go upside down. And then we'll get him on the Revolution, which will certainly make him, maybe you might be reliving that food, Adam, if it was good.
I don't mind eating again.
I know. We'll see you down at the Avalanche, guys. So we've just come off of the avalanche. What was your first impressions of that, Adam?
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Really good. I thought I was on the scene of cool runnings.
No, yeah, it is really, really good. I did point out to Adam that it runs on no track. So it's almost like you're actually on a bobsled. Obviously it's metal, not snow. You can get wooden ones. There is no wooden ones in the UK. There is, I think there's a few around the world dotted around somewhere. I think it's mainly America, but we're lucky to have this one in the UK. It is the only one of its type in the UK. I think there is one at Europa Park in Germany, but don't quote us on that. But there's definitely another one in Europe. But so we are lucky here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach to have an avalanche or a bobsled like this one. So now I think we're going to go and brace ourselves for the Revolution. It's the one I don't like. It's a bit jerky. And if you're wondering what the Revolution is, Adam, it's this one above your head. So
It looks very safe.
Yeah, it looks very safe. I mean, it's very short, but it's quite jerky, and I'm just thinking about my food. But we'll get it over and done with it, and then it's done. So I used to say that it was manufactured by Mack Rides, but it isn't. It's Arrow Rides. It was the same manufacturer as who made the big one, or people might know it as the Pepsi Max big one, but it is the big one now. They've got rid of the Pepsi Max name or sponsorship, should I say? Although they still have the cans down below, which is an interesting fact. So, yeah, manufactured by Aerodynamics. Unfortunately, they have went bankrupt, so they're no longer in operation. So Blackpool Pleasure Beach has to source all of the ride parts and sort of if there's anything that goes wrong with the car or the ride itself, they have to sort it out themselves. Aerodynamics is no longer in operation, so they don't sort of fix them anymore. Simple as that. But we'll head over towards the Revolution and we'll see what you think of this one.
Wish me luck.
And we'll see what I mean, I think it's jerky, but we'll see. We'll see what Adam thinks. So we'll see you over there, guys. So we've just come off of the Revolution, and I'm just going to say off the belt that it wasn't bumpy, it was actually quite smooth. So I'm very surprised that normally I get a jerk on that, but we're sitting right on the front seat, so maybe that made a difference. What are you laughing at?
Sorry.
Good. What?
Start it again.
I just started it again. What have you done?
Nothing. Get a jerk off.
You immature little boy. But no, well, what did you think of it for your first
I thought
time?
it was really, really good. On the way back was good because you didn't know when it was going to drop, so you just got you in suspense.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
No, that's the best one so far, anyway.
You think? That was your best cut?
Yeah,
wow. Wow, it was Adam's best. And you've been on the Big Dipper, I suppose, Nick, you haven't actually been on any of the... We'll see what you think when you Icon.
The avalanche was good, but that one, I think because of that suspense when you were coming backwards.
It is, yeah.
Just not knowing when it was going to drop. It would have been good if it was a bit longer.
I think being on the front seat, you actually end up being on the back seat going back. Which,
my stomach was on the back seat.
oh yeah, it is. It's quite an experience, should we say. It's so sad being this close to the big one and it not being in operation. Another thing which it doesn't look very much operational, and it is the Steeplechase. I don't know what's happened to it, but they've got maintenance team up at the top there. I don't know if it's broken down or if this is regular maintenance. It was operating before, but it has closed, which is a shame because it could have got Adam on the Steeplechase. I don't know what's happened there. We're going upside down, left, right, and we're back. But we're going to go, I think, to Icon. We're going to bite the bullet and get Adam on Icon. I think this will be your best ride of the day, but we'll see. It might not be. It wasn't Gemma's. That's all I'll say. I'll not tell you what Gemma's was, but it wasn't Gemma's best ride. But we'll see you over at Icon, which is definitely my favourite roller coaster here at the park. It's sorry, the big one is close second, but Icon's my favourite. So we'll head over there now. Hope to get some great footage of Icon. It's been too long. I've missed getting myself on Icon. So hopefully it's been worth the wait, and I'll be loving life on Icon today. But we'll see you over there, guys. Icon, I'm excited. And do you know what Adam picks up on? That they've got Bose environmental speakers.
Big plus points for me, well done Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
He does like his speakers, and Bose is quite a good top of the range speaker, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Blackpool doesn't scrimp on their audio here at Icon.
Thinking of the environment, so
how can it be an environmental? Oh, there it goes. How can it be environmental? What's unenvironmental?
I don't know, I'm not David Attenborough, but you know, good speakers.
Well, like good speakers anyway. So enjoy the audio when you're queuing for Icon. Icon. What did you think of that, Adam?
Yeah, it's definitely the best one. It's a bit longer as well. You feel dead secure in the seats. And,
they're so comfy, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think that is one thing. The seats are like, I could fall asleep in the seats. They're so
quite
comfortable.
fall asleep, mine, but yeah, they are comfortable.
Yes, well, I could fall asleep. No, they are quite comfy. The airtime, the ejector airtime on this ride is unbelievable. Do you know what I mean by airtime? It literally hoists you out of the coaster, but it's obviously, you feel secure because the seats hold you in.
As you're going around the track as well, there is a point where it actually ejects you a little bit more and you can feel that speed, which is pretty good.
I know, yeah, that's the second launch.
Yeah.
It is really, really good. Just when you think it's coming to an end, you go into the second launch, and the pull-up is unbelievable. And then the second half of the track, that's where you're getting most of the airtime. It is unreal. I love the ride. I love the ride. I am a bit biased, but I do love this ride. And there it goes, over the top hat there. So no, definitely. Did you say this is your favourite now? Or?
This is definitely, yeah, this is over to me.
Not swayed by me? No, it definitely is your favourite. It's my favourite at the park. You might prefer the big one, you never know. You'll have to come back in the spring and see. You might prefer the big one. But we're going to go on the Infusion now. So hopefully that'll be all the coasters done and dusted after we've been on that one and Adam can see what he thinks. I'm going to hold my judgment on what I think of the Infusion. See what Adam thinks. So I don't want to bias your opinion, but no, we'll get over there now. It is a good addition to the park. You can see it just over there. It's the blue one. So we'll head over there now, and we'll see you at Infusion, guys. So we're just on our walks, on our travels to the Infusion, and Adam did pick up on, what did you pick up on about this park?
Yeah, just it's really good that everything, well, obviously it's a very compact park, it's not the biggest that I've been to. Yeah, everything's within easy reach of each other, so you're not walking for miles, you're not tired by the end of it.
No, yeah.
It's really good, you get off one ride, you're not too far away from getting back to your next one.
I did just ask because Adam has been to Alton Towers, and I thought, well, what is the comparison between Alton Towers and Blackpool? And obviously anyone which has been to the two will know that Blackpool is a lot more compact, a lot more intense. So I say ride intensive, should I say, not intense. The rides are so close together that you don't need to travel very long distances to get to some of the major attractions. In Alton Towers you do. Some people prefer that the rides at Alton Towers are further away from each other, and it sort of gives them their own character, where Blackpools are so close together, sometimes the character's lost and the theming is lost because they're too close and you can't actually get the true character of that ride. So I suppose it just depends really what you're going for.
But it is good. It's good that everything's pretty close to it.
Yeah, no.
And it's good walking around, and before you know it, you'll have the roller coaster flying over your head, so that's giving you a bit of adrenaline as well as you're walking about the park.
It is. Oh, definitely. Blackpool does have the sight. Doesn't matter where you are in the park, you can enjoy, you can just watch the rides, the different attractions, the roller coasters, some of the shows. I did mention, Adam, that they do have a hot ice display. They do sort of shows in Nickelodeon land for the younger kids, so it is good. They do cater for the entire family here at Blackpool. It's definitely a family friendly park as well as a thrill seeker park as well. So we're nearly here at Infusion. I'm just seeing if there's any cars going around. I'm assuming there'll just be the one car on today. So big queues, that means actually the queue's not that bad. And what I have noticed about Infusion today is they've nearly drained the lake. They haven't completely drained it. You can see that there is still water down there, but there is a lot of land on shore which normally isn't on shore. I say land, concrete, and the fountains aren't running today, and I'm assuming that is just because they'll be servicing the fountains. They'll be checking all the nuts and bolts on the track and the support structure for Infusion itself, ready to start this season. So it is a routine thing here at Blackpool. I have seen this quite a few times. Without further ado, let's get ourselves on Infusion, and hopefully I'll get some good off-ride footage as well for you when we're off as well, so you can enjoy and look upon what is Infusion, and we'll get your opinion as well, Adam, on what you think of it.
Yeah, let's go.
So let's go. Infusion, what did you think of that one, Adam?
Yeah, again, another good one. It does throw you about quite a little bit, but again, it's pretty good.
Yeah, in the queue line, Adam was like, oh, we've got out quite well today, we've not had any rain, and
I was expecting to be like a drowned rat by the time we went home.
Jesus.
We are now.
We are. I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera. It absolutely pelted down. It still is pelting it down outside. We're in the building, the photo building of Infusion, which used to be part of the log flume building. So it's actually quite interesting to see that it's still partly up. I was just telling Adam that the biggest log flume in the world used to be here before the Infusion. The Infusion itself is relocated from Southport. It was the traumatizer at Southport. So there's an interesting fact for you, or Adam, should I say. You said it was a bit bumpy. I find it really, really bumpy.
I think more so as well with that, because of the weather, we were just getting lashed with the rain, and we got the front seats on it.
Yeah, we got the front seats, that was good. It was definitely good getting the front seats off the ride. So I'm just thinking we need an indoor attraction now, just because I don't want to go on an outdoor one at the minute.
Ghost train.
The ghost train, yes, we'll go on the ghost train. Adam likes scaring me. I hate things like this, but at least I know Blackpool Ghost Train. It'll be interesting to see if there's any new change of scenery, change of scenes, change of sets, or any special effects added to the Ghost Train. Hopefully there might be. They're always constantly updating the ride here at Blackpool, so you never know, there might be a new set. So I'll definitely make our way to the Ghost Train now. I think we need a toilet break. We'll get a toilet, make our way to the Ghost Train, and I'm just thinking the River Caves as well. If the River Caves is open, we might go to the River Caves first, because the River Caves is on the way to the Ghost Train, so we might as well get in that. And at least that's an indoor ride, and then it's a credit for Adam as well. So we'll head down to that end of the park, get on the River Caves and the Ghost Train. So we'll see you over there, guys. No, you have to wait.
Just keep
So we've just come up off the River Caves. What did you think of that one, Adam?
It was pretty good. It's nice and cute going around. Apart from the boat did nearly capsize when it come down the little dip bit.
Well, that's the first I've been on the River Caves for about 3 times a year for the past 20 years, and I've never had the boat stick at the bottom of the drop. It literally just didn't move. We'll have to look at the variables here. And now it's absolutely peeing down, so we're just gonna move into here. But no, yeah, the River Caves is really, really good. There didn't seem to be much different from the last time I've rode it, apart from the lack of music. Am I getting budged along?
Yeah, because I was still in the room.
Yeah, apart from the lack of music, there wasn't as much audio as what normally gets played. I don't know if that's because they just didn't turn it on, or if they're having issues with it. It was strange being in the River Caves. It wasn't completely audio-less. Is that a word? Audio-less? No sound.
Probably.
Yeah, but it just didn't have the normal soundtrack that the River Caves is used to. But other than that, really good ride. It is good ride for if it's raining, I would say. Even the queue is inside, so you don't need to worry about that.
It's well set up inside, it's like quite animated.
Yeah, it is good, and very good for the kids. If you've got younger kids, get them on the River Caves. It's not very scary. The biggest drop, the only drop, is the one you can see outside. So now we're going to head to the Ghost Train for another first for you, Adam. You'll see the Ghost Train. I think it's probably one of the best Ghost Trains in the country, but we'll see. We'll see what you think. It's probably definitely better than the one you were on last. I'm just going to say that.
I hope so, because my expectations are pretty low for today's.
But we'll go over, we'll head over to the Ghost Train now, and we'll try and get some footage of that as well. And I'll let you know if there's any change inside the Ghost Train, different sets, different scenery, different effects. I'll let you know. But we'll see you over there, guys. So we've just come off of the Ghost Train, the most haunted ghost train in the world, Blackpool Pleasure Beach claims. What did you think?
It's not the most haunted in the world, it's pretty poor. However, it did get me twice.
I was going to say, it was so poor, I was jumped out of the dead car.
No, I jumped twice, but I think bring back live actors for stuff like that. Have people chasing you around.
I don't think Blackpool ever has had live actors, but no, I know what you mean. Live actors do make it that little bit more scary because it's the unpredictableness of the train, I suppose, the ride, yeah. But I think because I hate things like that, and I still get like, but I know what's going to happen in this.
And he's still a wimp.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like that whatsoever. Not because it's not good, just because it's probably too good for me. I hate scary stuff. I can go on the tallest roller coaster in the world over a ghost train. I definitely could not do that Pascal of Terror at the front of the park. That would be like a no-no for me. Absolutely no-no. We're definitely not doing it today. We might do it one day. But so I think we're going to finish on our last ride of the day. We're going to keep it upbeat. It's Valentine's, love's in the air. It's going to be a carousel. So I think that is like the height of tradition in a theme park, an amusement park, a carousel. And the carousel here at Blackpool, although they do have 2 technically, but the one at the front next to Valhalla is like probably the best carousel I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just unlike any one I've ever seen, and you don't know what I mean, do you? You've not seen it yet. So we'll get Adam's take on it, and hopefully I'll get some good off-ride footage as well. It's always a good fun, especially right at the end. If you've got nothing else, you've been on everything else, and you want to do something different, get yourself on the carousel next to the Valhalla. So we'll see you over there, guys, for our last ride of the day here on the opening day of the 2022 season here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So we've just come off the carousel, or I'm calling the carousel, it's actually the Derby Racer, which I did know, I don't know why I said the carousel. It is technically a carousel. What did you think of them?
Yeah, it was good, it went pretty quick actually.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was expecting to have a seatbelt on, I was halfway around, I thought I was going to fly.
I don't know how they get away with not having things like that, but no restraints, but it is quite a quick, I keep calling it carousel, Derby Racer. But definitely worth a ride if you are coming to Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Best ride I've had for a while, to be fair.
Big for yourself. But, so that is, just like that, the day is at an end. So we're going to make our way to the entrance/exit of the park for our closing down speech. It has been a really, really good day, but I will touch on more towards the... Speaking of I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll touch on it more at the entrance/exit. Is there anything I need to pick up on? No, I don't think so. So we'll see you over there. I am standing right next to the Valhalla, so I did mention that that is opening in the summer, and hopefully Icon's going to have its 360 seats in the spring, so we'll definitely be back for them. But I'll see you over at the entrance. So that is us outside the park now. We've got Mr. Funshine over my right shoulder, the big one to my left. So what did you think of that, Adam?
Yeah, pretty good. Overall, it's a decent park. You're navigating forward all the time for the passes to ride each other. So if you're here, you know what to the entry tickets, so that was good. I would say my favourite bit was the Icon. Revolution, yeah. But all in all, the park, quite surprised. I always thought that was a small park, and I didn't realise it was actually a decent thing.
Oh yeah, and just touching on that, the reason what he was on about with the e-passes, you do have to scan your e-pass, just like the wristband before COVID, on every ride or attraction that you go on. The reason for that is you can enter Blackpool Pleasure Beach for, I think it's £5 or £6, and have a non-rider ticket. I think that does actually give you access to a few things like the River Caves and the Fountain Display and the Pleasure Beach Express. But other than that, you only get on them three things and you can't get on anything else. So they have to have the e-ticket in place to know that you're not just joyriding on the attractions and you've only paid £6. Otherwise everyone would just be paying £6 and getting on every attraction. So the reason that is the reason why that's in place. It is a bit of a faff, but that's the only way you can probably get around that, unless you bring the wristband system back, but the wristband system was very similar as well. And it is probably touching on, you do get a wristband if you have got an electronic device, so you will still get a wristband if that's the case. Moving on from that, ride operations today seem to be really good for the rides which were in operation. The only downside was they were only running one cars on roller coasters which could run two. For instance, the Avalanche was actually running two. The Big Dipper wasn't. What was the other one which was quite slow? Oh, the Infusion. The Infusion was only running one as well. So it is a bit of a shame, but that is to be expected right at the start of the year. Just getting the rides out of hibernation, so they just want to take it slow, and hopefully by spring, peak season in summer, they'll be running 2, maybe 3 cars on some rides and attractions. I did mention Icon, they are going to have the 360 seats in the spring. I couldn't see any evidence of that on the 2 cars that were running today, so maybe the third one, which was at the station, is getting the work done to it as we speak, or they're just going to retrofit them straight away. Like, it might take only a couple of weeks, or for all we know, take the seats off, the old seats off, put some new seats on. So I don't know what is the case with that, but hopefully they'll be here for the spring. Valhalla is opening in the summer. There is scaffold still on it, I didn't show you, but you can't really tell much from the outside, but I can only assume that in the inside there is a lot of work going on in the Valhalla, so I'm really excited for that, because it is voted the world's best water ride, so a dolphin ride, but it is a water ride, so it's definitely going to be good to get Adam to experience the Valhalla, and I love Valhalla, it's one of my favourite ride is one of my favourite water rides. I think Splash Mountain takes it in Magic Kingdom in Florida, but other than Splash Mountain, it is definitely my favourite water ride. I'm just trying to think of anything else. Ride operations good. Parks. Food was good, yeah, we did mention the food. No, overall it has been a really, really good day to the start of the 2022 season. Can't really fault it at all. The weather has held up alright. It had rain for about a couple of hours, but other than that, it's not been too bad, and we're well dressed for it. I would recommend, if you are coming to Blackpool, and it does look like rain, it does look quite windy, to bring lots of layers of clothing, maybe a different change of clothing, just in case you get wet and you're actually frozen. It is quite cool to park, especially if the wind's blowing off the Irish Sea. Is it Irish Sea? Yes, it is the Irish Sea. I was thinking we're on the other side of the country. But no, yeah. So, all in all, a really, really good day here for the 2022, the start of the 2022 season here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And we will be, I don't know where we're next. I think it's probably going to be Alton Towers, and then we'll do like Flamingo Land. We might be doing Lightwater Valley. It's all up in the air with Lightwater Valley at the minute. Has targeted itself as a family park, so we'll just have to wait and see. And then we'll be getting down to London and doing Thor Park, Legoland and Chesterton Worlds of Adventure, and then hopefully throughout the year we're going to be doing lots of different theme park attractions, and not just theme parks, loads of other attractions around the UK, and reviewing them for you. So please subscribe, it does make a massive difference to the channel. We're nearly at that 1,000 subscriber mark, so that would make a huge, huge difference. Before I say farewell, is there anything you would like to say? Anything? Alright then, Adadalachi, whatever it's called, goodbye, blah blah blah. But no, please like, please subscribe, and please comment on anything that you've missed or anything you want to see in the future. I do look at the comments. If you've liked something, please tell me. If you haven't liked something, please tell me. I think the dislike button's gone now, but you can still give me all your hate down below.
One final
Yes, Instagram, and we're going to have a Facebook page. It might be up and running by the time you see this video, so check the Facebook page, subscribe to the Instagram, follow the Instagram page, and you'll get more of my lovely face, Adam's lovely face, Gemma's lovely face, maybe Samantha's lovely face. It's just quite lovely. But all that's left to say is thank you for watching the United Kingdom Attraction channel, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye!